Hey guys, so as I have mentioned in this video, I want to add options widget to key items so we can also destroy or drop them. First thing we need to do is let's open options widget, and in here I want to add new variable which will be isKey, and this will be boolean, and then we add second one which will be key item info, and this will be type key item s. Now this isKey will make instance editable and expose on spawn. I don't think we need item type anymore because we'll be setting this item info manually, so we don't need to check if it's arrow. We can remove this part and we will remove the item type as well. Compile and save. Now in here, when we're clicking on drop item button, we will need to do branch and check if it's a key. If it's not a key, we'll just continue as before. But if it is a key, we need to set up new drop function for keys, which we don't have at the moment. So let's open player blueprint. And in here, I'll just going to duplicate the drop item. So Control and D, and this will be drop key item. Now in here, disconnect this and this part, remove it completely. We need to change the variable here, but if you don't disconnect it, sometimes your engine might crash. So save all just in case and do key item info, sorry, key item s. And then we don't need this from inventory anymore. Compile and save, and then here we'll just remove this branch, and we'll probably have to set up new remove item as well for keys. Now in here we want to drop key item, refresh it, and then key item that we do have here, there is no way really that we can set it, because here we do have a struct and here we do have a data table row, but you can't get the O name of the struct from the data table, you know, from here, so without actually referencing it. So what we need to do is set up new variable in key item blueprint. So let's go to items, key item, and in here we will actually, we do have key item info, we can just set it. We will just add one boolean that will be set key info, and this will be instance editable and expose on spawn, and this will tell us if we actually need to set the key item info as we're doing now from construction script, or if we're going to set it from the drop function. So here on construction script, what I want to do at the moment, we are getting key ID here in a event interact. So instead we're going to remove this part completely, just connect the interact, and on construction script we're going to get it here. So move this back, and this one we will make, connect everything from here apart from key ID, and key ID will be this key ID. And just in case, let's break it from here where it's set, and then we're going to connect static mesh. Now this will just set it from this key item name that we have on the actual key, but we need to check if we are not already setting it from drop. So branch, and this will be, do we want to set key item info? And if it's true, we should probably make it false on the beginning. So I'm just going to rename it to don't set key item info, or don't set info. That's it. So, and if we don't want to set the info, we will already have an info. So all we have to do is just set the static mesh. So copy the static mesh, true, and we'll get the key item info and break it open and connect the static mesh. So it's the similar way as the drop function in the for the regular items in the player blueprint. And here false will go here. But now we also need to expose this key item info. So make it instance editable and expose on spawn. But then if you check this actual key in the game, you can see now we do have key item name, which we are setting the key, but then now the key item info is exposed as well. And that might get quite confusing and we might be setting it by accident. So what we're going to do is put it in the category don't modify. And we'll place don't set info to don't modify as well. Compile and save. And now basically if you set it up right, since it's on a construction script, as soon as you change the key item name on a key, also the key ID should update. So if you go here and open this, you can see that we got don't modify. If you open it up, we do have rusty key set because that's what we set here from the data table, and key ID is 10. If you change key ID, it will change it straight away to key ID 20, key ID 30, and it will be updating because this is how you set it in construction script. But if we were to uncheck don't set info here, then if we change this one, it won't modify it. It will stay the same because that means we have already dropped this key item info and we don't want to modify it. So uncheck it and this will be false by default, this variable here. Now we can go back to the function, which is drop key item, refresh this again, and we do have this variable. So don't set info because we don't want to set it, because we're going to pass it from this one here, which I'm going to rename to key item info, and just pass it to this one. Don't set info, and then we also need remove item, which will remove it from the key inventory. I don't want to modify this one because then we will have too many variables in here, and it's just very simple to duplicate this, remove item, and this will be remove key item, remove key item, and in here what do we need? This get, that's only for stats. I think we only need to remove index, literally. You can remove everything. And on this one we don't need item type, we don't need quantity because we don't have stacks for keys, and we just need to remove index and we will get the key inventory. And key inventory index, we don't even need to get it as a variable. This is literally all we have to do. That will remove the index. Then back in drop key item, we can just call it here, remove key item. This will be the inventory index, and then we will refresh the inventory, which will refresh the key inventory as well. Compile and save. Now back in the options widget, we can get the player reference from here, and here we'll just drop key item. Key item info we'll set here. Inventory index we do have. What else do we need? Construct. That is all good. So drop key item, what we're doing here, removing it from the parent, so we need to do that here as well. And what else? That is all. So now we just need to set it when we right click on the icon. So first let's change the inventory, regular inventory icon. So here we got mouse on, mouse button down. When we right click, we're creating the options widget, which now doesn't have item type. We can refresh. In the inventory icon is not a key, but we need to set here, I'll just move it a little bit. We need to set item info now manually from the return node. So set item info. This one here. And it's options widget, so it doesn't have any icons to set or anything like that. This is all we have to do, is just set item info, and then we can copy this whole thing just without return node and this one. Go to key item icon. In here we'll create function, override this one on key down. Wait, it wasn't on key down, my bad, sorry. It's on mouse button down. On mouse button down. And we'll paste it here. And just connect this one. And connect the return node and this event reply to the end of it. Compile and save. And then in here we just need to set the item info to key item info. So from return value, set key item info, connect it back here, and key item info we have. And this will set it, and we need to check is key because this time we are in a key item icon. And here we're checking the validity. First, let's connect this one to mouse event, to input. And this one, we need to check if the icon actually has any key inside, otherwise we don't want to open up the options widget. So let's get this, break it. We can either do static mesh and check if it's valid, or again just do empty and not boolean, so we don't have to change it here, and it will be true. Compile. Cool, and this should all work now. So save all. Do have key, that will be 10. This chest is 10. Let's just check it. So this is key ID. And this time I didn't even pick up the key. Did I change something on a key item? Alright, okay, this function, this event graph on interact, pick up key item needs to be connected key item info. Pick up, notify, item name, key item info. Yeah, that is the same. Pick this up. I do have it in the inventory. I can drop it. It will drop the key. If I pick it up, it shows up in the inventory. Then I'm going to open the chest. It still works because it's the same ID. Then I pick up the second one. It doesn't destroy the key. Alright, because we don't have it set up on options widget. So options widget, we only set up the on clicked event for drop, but destroy, we need to again just check is key, and if it is key, then we get a player reference and call remove key item. And inventory index is the same from here. If it's false, we will remove regular item. And here we do have a type that is not connected. Not sure if I disconnect. I probably deleted the item info or something. So to remove item, we also need to set the item type. Compile and save. And now the key should destroy as well. It didn't actually. Are we refreshing inventory after? Where am I? Key. Options. Alright. Remove from parent and refresh inventory needs to go here. Alright, third time. Let's see. Pick up the key. Drop. It drops the iron axe. This one. I drop. I pick it up. I destroy. It destroys it. Let's try this one. Destroys it. No errors. All good. And now we have it for all of the inventories and it's working fine. Cool. I'll see you in the next one.